Good morning. It was Good News Friday, part 2. Yeah, I have to tell these stories. The first one is about politicians who embarrass the people around them. I think there is a top list. There is a top list. Yeah. You know, politicians, when they speak in public, the people around them, they get nervous and embarrassed and have to do a lot of work to deal with it. And the guy on top is Joe Biden. I have no doubts about this. The Democrats, they are getting very nervous when he's talking. If he's got a teleprompter, it could work, or if he's got some notes to read from, right? But whenever he's answering questions, yeah. So he's the top guy. And then it's Justin Trudeau, the guy in Canada. I think they told him, actually, you know. Where there is a situation where there is no teleprompter, just stay away from it. Don't talk. Just keep quiet. Yeah. Because we have to deal with it. See? And then there's our guy, the Swedish PM. He's number 3. Yeah, I think so. His name is Stefan Löfven. He's a socialist chairman. He's the head of state. And the guys working with him, they are, yes, this is true, they are trying to hide him. Yeah. When he's on television in these debates, I think every time there's something. He said something stupid, and then they had to explain it and find excuses for him. And now he did it again. And this is a big one. Yeah. He was talking about the Communist Party here in Sweden. The Socialist Party, they depend on the Communist Party to stay in power. This has been the case for decades. And this Communist Party, they changed their name. So now it's called the Left Party. Okay, so the Swedish PM, this is what he said about the communists here in Sweden. He said that he never perceived that the communists did not stand up for democracy. See? Yeah, this is a very sensitive subject. He is depending on this party to stay in power. See? And he's talking a lot about democracy. How the other parties, they are a threat to democracy, you see. Well, those who want to form a government where he is not involved, they threaten democracy, you see. And he is depending on a party which is a communist party. And so he said that he believes that they always stand up for democracy. Anyone in Sweden who knows anything about politics knows that this is bullshit. Yeah. Because the Communist Party, of course, they have nothing to do with democracy. I just give you I give you 2 examples. A recent chairman for the Communist Party, his name was Oli. Okay. This is what he said. When the wall came down in Berlin, he cried. Nice. And then if you go further back, I have this example. There was a chairman, his name was Hermansson, C.H. Hermansson. He was the chairman for the Communist Party. And this is when Joseph Stalin died. You see? You know, Stalin. This guy, Hermansson, he did a speech, a tribute to the great Stalin, yeah, to this fighter. And he said many things, but he said that this guy Stalin, he was the big friend of peace. He was the greatest leader of people. He was a genius master of socialistic society science. He said workers in all nations are mourning now, etc., etc., right? So this is the party that is always standing up for democracy. So of course there's a lot of people now reacting to this statement, stupid statement from our head of state here in Sweden. This guy, actually, honestly, he amuses me because he is that stupid. You see, there's something about him. He has these thoughts, right? And he can't control them. Sometimes they just come out. It's hilarious. He shouldn't be anywhere near power, of course. Still, it's amusing. And now I have this other story, and this is, I love this story. This is from Greece, and the island of Lesbos. You know, in September, this big refugee camp burnt down on Lesbos. And this is a problem, right? Because now summer is getting close, and this will mean more refugees, another flood of people coming from the Middle East and Africa. And they come to Lesbos, many of them, and now they don't have a camp. So the EU decided they had to handle this. They want to make sure that these people are treated well, you see. So they sent down this EU Home Affairs Commissioner from Brussels. Her name is Ylva Johansson. She's a Swedish lady. She used to work with this guy that I talked about, Stefan Löfven. And she's quite similar, actually. Sometimes she says some stupid things. Now she's this big shot commissioner in Brussels. So she went down to Lesbos to talk to the local government about this camp that the EU now want to build. And they already made up their mind about this camp in Brussels. But officially, they were talking to the local government, you see. Now, the governor on Lesbos, he's probably quite bright, this guy, because he realized what was going on. Before the meeting, he studied what Ylva Johansson, this big shot commissioner from Brussels, had been saying on her blog about this coming project. And as he was reading this, he realized that this meeting that she wanted to have with him was just an act. It was just PR, you see. So she came down to Lesbos, and the first thing that happened, she met the islanders of Lesbos, and they were pissed off. They were protesting. So this wasn't very nice for her, I suppose. And then she was to have this meeting with the governor. And he also found out that it was only going to last for 30 minutes. Well, what can you say in 30 minutes? And she was not going to be alone. There were 5 other guys in the meeting, and then him. So, yeah. He got it. Yeah. This was bullshit. So he cancelled the meeting. Beautiful. So she had to just go home. This was supposed to look good, right? Brussels, they are listening to the locals. And she just had to go home. No meeting. Fantastic. So he cancelled the meeting, and then he came out to the people who were protesting, and he said, there will be no camp. He will not accept it. I think he was pissed off. Yeah, beautiful. This is what he said. It is clear that she is not taking into account the local population, and was here to discuss what they already decided. Yeah. That's what it is. So I wish you a fantastic weekend. Bye.